from our beautiful Brenda Moore. Yay!
Jose, can you, never mind. Oh, Chuck. I'm gonna sit because this is a duet, and you can see Wayne if I sit down. One power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it in every word you say. It's mysterious until you know the truth. It's as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power. We speak so many languages, different clothing, different colors, different names. But difference only dangerous when we forget that in our hearts we're all the same. But we remember once we close our eyes and see that such differences were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. It's Mohammed, it's your mind, it's your soul or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace, the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunlight on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of the baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger you abandon that is lost deep. It's one power. One power, it's one power. It's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. One power, one power.
So, how many people have been to see the movie Interstellar?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we're 2/3 through that. Okay. So, We're almost done, and there's going to be food. And if you get to Interstellar, you can go for 10 more minutes. All right. So I just want to say just a couple words, and I mean it. First of all, I want to thank our visiting ministers for making the trek out here. I know you put in a full day already, and we're just so honored that you guys showed up to support our ministers in their ordination, and so thank you very much for that. And so we'll be out to support some of you in your own ordinations, and we look forward to that. So the other thing I wanted to mention was how grateful I am that through Shayna I met Shirley Berman, and through Shirley Berman I met this lovely woman here, this friend of Shirley's, that minister out there. Where the hell is Camarillo or Pleasant Valley or wherever the heck that was? And so I would run into Reverend Pam, right? At parties. She's fun at parties. And we would get together in kibitz, and I'm just so delighted that you're here. I'm so delighted that the Pleasant Valley group is here, and to hear about, you know, how that all happened with our beloved Dr. Sue, who was my practitioner teacher for the first time I took prac training. So I have a connection with Wesley, with you, and so I really appreciate that. My pal Wesley, we taught class together, and can I just say, you have really great taste in women, by the way. Mary is lovely. She's the vicar's wife, and I just love that she posts that. And like, because we were kind of kindred spirits, we kind of showed up at the center with a similar situation, and we both healed our stuff, and now have really great women in our lives who are supporting us and loving us, and we have found a way of life that allows us to be, you know, comfortable in our own skin without feeling like girly men. Hey, you laugh. It ain't easy, man. Right? Rev right? Yeah. It takes a while to heal that stuff. And I'm delighted to have to say that's been my experience. And then, of course, Reverend Betsy and Reverend Jeanne, together with Reverend Ann. We were students together with Wayne McDonald, who we heard from earlier. And you know, it's a mix of stuff, you know. It's we all came up together, and then as luck would have it, Dr. Maureen comes here, which made room for me and to step up, and the congregation thought that was a good idea. But what I am very clear about that, right? So a greener than grass minister steps up. Now Maureen can train leaders. Let me tell you, Maureen is a great leader, trainer of leadership and of consciousness. Right? Yes. I mean, you really are. Because I don't have to suck up to you anymore. I'm ordained. No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing about spiritual community. I'm very clear about this, man. It is a demonstration of the community. So when there's an ordination, it's the community also that's being ordained, right? Because you're supporting it. I know that our center is thriving because of the effort of the staff ministry and the practitioners. We are all committed tithers. Our board, we're all committed tithers. We're committed to doing our own work. We kind of, you know, we rub elbows, rub those rough spots off each other, right? And so I'm just so delighted for you on this day. I honor you. I'm so grateful to have been able to walk this path with you and with all of you. I'm delighted to be able to do it here in Westlake and with your community as well, and with our colleagues. It's just it's a grand day. And so we have one more bit of business. Thank you for listening. We're almost done. I'm going to invite Reverend Nancy to come up just so we can get her up on the platform. and invite Reverend Dr. Moira to come up one more time for a bit of business. So you take a seat.
And I would invite the almost ordained ministers to step forward. Please, Reverend Moira, the consecration.
So I feel like singing "This Is the Moment," but you're very fortunate I can't sing in public. But before we do that, across the board in all religions, there's a point in every ordination ceremony where there's a pause for the ordained to be in a quiet moment with the creator of your being and the provider of your good and the lover of your soul. And I'm going to ask us to pause for that moment so that you can be in that quietude with the love in your life. And as you do that, all of us will be holding you in prayerful knowingness that you are equal to the great responsibility of the next level in your ministry. So we'll just pause for one moment wherein you can release whatever you want to release, surrender it and let go of it, and then embrace deeply and fully, and move into the embrace that's always embracing you. And so, by the authority vested in me by the Centers of Spiritual Living and Religious Science, you are now and forevermore ordained ministers, including fulfillment with all the rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Would all the ministers in attendance now please stand? And on behalf of all the ministers in attendance here today, along with Dr. Maureen and Reverend Michael, all of us extend to you our love and our support, and to you, Reverend Jeanne, Reverend Betsy, Reverend Palm, Reverend Wesley, our hearts and our hands in friendship and fellowship. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
Business, we have gathered here to dedicate 4 of our own to the service of ministry. We bestow these gifts which will aid and sustain you in your ministry: faith, abundant wisdom, blessings on your work, humility, and service. Paying close attention not ever to let service turn into sacrifice. And so these are the gifts that we bestow upon you today. And if you will join us, all of us, holding hands, Reverend Nancy Woods, please take the microphone and hold it right by your mouth. Reverend Nancy Woods is going to pray us out so we can have a party.
So join me in this moment as we feel the presence of life, that divine presence has gifted us with itself in these 4 ministers. Join me as we open our hearts and our minds to welcome them, knowing that that infinite presence is always giving that which is needed. As we realize that it is that inner truth, that inner awareness, that inner love that has brought us all to this place, to this moment, to this time, that has given all of us yet another opportunity to recognize its gifts, its love, and its wonder. Because each teacher that we see go forth, each one is another means and ways for that truth to be revealed. And as we know that this is a gift for us all, because it blesses our world and all of humankind. As I accept and know that that universal presence is forever loving us in this way, I accept that the joy of the law of the universe is saying yes to the words, to the thoughts, to that recognition that we have given today. So it is with a united consciousness, all of us can accept it, embrace it, and know it fully as we say together, and so it is.